All right, Eastern Block is back after I would say a long delay. It's been a while since I put out any videos, and there's a reason for that. I'd like to share with you several reasons, but the main reason is this last year I've been dealing with a knee injury. All my activities, all my life I've been active, and I just started to have major problems with one of my knees. And it gets to the point where I have to decide, should I go out in the woods and hunt, film videos, and possibly suffer the next week and possibly miss work? Or should I just take it easy and hope it gets better? I've been doing that for about a year now, and just finally it's been getting better. And I have found ways to counter this injury that I'll share with you later. But first off, I want to do a 5-year quick review on this gun. I ain't going to mention the name or the company or show it. It's probably blurred out right now because of the ongoing war in Ukraine. And I have family members in Ukraine going to war, getting bombed, all because of one person in Russia feels like Russian minorities in countries have the right to rule over other countries, even if they're a minority. That's why this war is happening. So I will not ever mention this company, my favorite gun company, still my favorite. They're great guns, but I will not mention them or advertise them or promote them in any way. All right, let's get that past that. This gun, I have never taken it apart once. It's never gave me a leak. Everything about it I've been so happy with. It's one of my first high-end air guns, and it's still my favorite. This one is my favorite. My other gun from this company is also my second favorite. And all the other guns I feel that I have had do not compare to these at all. I have never even taken this gun apart yet. The only reason I might thinking about taking it apart is to clean some of the parts in here where dust got into. That's the only thing that really bugs me. Other than that, the gun's working great. I switched back to 18 grains. I had a couple bad batches of Hades. I do like Hades, but they're not consistent. Some good or some are bad. So I'm just sticking with 18 grains. They just do the job. Going back to the basics. And then this is the next part of my video where I'll discuss to you one item that has really helped me with my injury, kept me out in the woods, kept me shooting a little bit here and there. And I'm going to be using a lot more of it now that I'm getting a little bit older, tiny bit, not a lot older, tiny bit older. I'm going to be using this item a lot everywhere I go, everywhere I hunt now. All right, the one item that has helped me more than anything hunting out in the woods has been this. A high-end mountain bike. Not only in a high-end, but a high-end converted electric mountain bike. Now this item is very unique because I'm currently at the trailhead in the Whitewater State Park hunting land where there's no deer hunting, no waterfowl hunting, only small game. And it goes back for miles. This trail starts here, it goes back for 4 or 5 miles, and it branches off to other logging trails where I can get to areas that nobody hunts. The only people back here are pretty much squirrel hunters, and I'm one of those. Now, I would not be able to make this trip without this because my knee might break. Who knows? I may step wrong on it. I don't know what happened. Or if I make it back the next day, I might be in bed crying. So now you're going to say, well, a lot of times these trails you can't have motorized vehicles. That is true. You cannot drive a four-wheeler, cannot have anything with a motor on it except for this. Now, I even went to the DNR in the office and asked some questions to legitimate officials who take care of this park. And I asked them, well, what about mountain bikes? Can we go on these trails with mountain bikes? And they said, yes, they're made for mountain bikes. There's always mountain bikes here. I see them countless times. Mountain bikers biking around these logging trails in these woods. So, but then I asked them, what if my bike is electric mountain bike? And they said that is fine. And a mountain bike still counts as a normal electric or mountain bike, even if it's electric, if it has under 750 watts, which is roughly 1 horsepower. And that's what this one has. 750 watts. And you think of 1 horsepower, you think that's not a lot, but it is. I actually was towing a canoe. I tested this bike out. I had my son lay in a sled and I towed a deer. I tested it for towing deer, and this bike in this lowest gear can pull a deer, pull a kayak, pull a person through these woods, through everything. You know, it'll be only going like 5-6 miles an hour, but it will be pulling a small deer out of the woods. Unbelievable. I can go up any hill, and I'll show footage of this. I'm going to show you footage of this, and hopefully this will help some people stay out in the woods, stay shooting, stay air gunning, even if they're dealing with an injury like mine. All right, I hope this works. Now, this bike I can pedal with, and I have a throttle on my left side, so I can hold my gun on my right side, and see what happens here. I'm going to put it in the low, well, I'll put it in the medium gear. Hope this is working. I don't know. Not sure if this is going to work, but at least I'm not sure if I'm going to get good footage, but here we go. Saving my knee right here. I would already be in pain by this point and questioning if I should be doing this. The whole time I'd be walking this path, I'd be thinking about returning to my vehicle. I'm worrying about what if I step in a hole or slip down a hill. I don't have to do that now, thanks to this. Now, these downhill bikes, they're quite expensive, but they are enormous quality. The quality on them they're built like motorcycles. They have dual suspension. They're very nice over bumps. They're a bike without a motor, a motorcycle without a motor, I would say. Now, if you put an electric motor on them, you still have a bike technically, as long as it's under 750 watts. Go slow here. So 1 horsepower, you think it isn't a lot, but if you can change gears, that 1 horsepower can feel like, I don't know, a lot more. Like I said, I've been testing this 1 horsepower bike, pulling, my son is 140 pounds, and that's about the size of a field dressed deer. I put a sled or a piece of plastic under the deer, tie it in, and just tow it down this road. I can do it. It's amazing. And I don't know what I do. See, I'm not only an airgun hunter, I'm an avid bow hunter. And I've been bow hunting before I was air gunning. This airgun thing is kind of new for me. And I've had instances where I shot a deer. Not a great shot, but I recovered it. I only had to drag it a couple miles in warm heat. I spent the whole night before. Shot it at 4 and found it and drug it out. I wasn't back to the car until 11 o'clock at night. I don't have my own hunting land, so I always go to private. And in order to get to good places in private, you have to travel. Private land's not for the lazy. And I guess now I'm lazy with this bike, but I mean, I spent, I would say, So these bikes used, you can find a good downhill mountain bike for probably I don't know, 1,000, a good one, 1,000, 1,500, and then you put a motor on it. This particular motor is a BBSHD. And I toned it down to 20. It's made for 30 amps, but I toned it down to 25, just so I can be legal on these trails. If I ever get stopped and you get a park ranger who knows the rules really well, he's going to look to see that you have 30 amps max. So I turn it down to 25, which is exactly 750 watts. And I'm going to be showing you that. So that particular kit, the BBHG 700. So if a bike like this, a really good one, is about 1,500 to use. That's 10 years old. And then 700 for the motor. That's 2,200. And then I have two $500 batteries. So there's quite a bit of money invested in this. But what else can I do? Just watch YouTube videos, other people's YouTube videos hunting. You know, I saved $3,000, but I don't like to watch other people's. All right, I'll cut it off here. I got a couple more miles left. I only went about a mile, probably 2 or 3 left, and then I'll be doing some steep hills, showing you the climbing ability, and then I'll try to do some hunting. Here is one of the hills that I used to walk up quite a bit when I'm coyote hunting. There's an open field on top of this hill, and the hill is full of sand. It's sandy, it's difficult to walk on. I feel like every step I take up the hill is just hell, sliding around in sand, even when I don't have a bad knee. But this bike can just eat it up. I have a 25-pound backpack on. I have my Airgun in my hands, and I'm all ready to go up this hill. Look, and I'm 205 pounds, and the bike is in the lowest gear. We'll see what happens here. I gotta put some oil in this chain, that's for sure. See, there's sand. I'm going through sand. Ooh, jeez. It's not usually this loud. The chain's dirty. So this is a 1-for-1 gear ratio. What I'm hearing, 1-for-1 gear ratio on a mountain bike is great, especially for a human, but especially when you put a motor on it, you can go up anything. Now this is a sand right here, up a hill in sand. The bike just plows right through it. See? Now that would have sucked to walk up. Every time I have to walk up, I have to take a break because I don't want to start smelling like sweat. Now this is the area that I coyote hunt often. I go on top of that hill and I shoot down. And the other thing is, future channel, I have a new gun that's been working great. I modded a 357 Texan that's lower powered with a regulator, an internal regulator. And I'll be showing a video of that. I actually worked 1.5 years on it. Right when I got it fixed is when I got this knee injury. And I never actually made a video on it. I took it hog hunting once, but I didn't really get anything. Okay, Eastern Blocks, wrapping up a hunt. It's early mid-afternoon. I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done. It's too hot for this time of year. The squirrels are too hot. I'm too hot. I'd rather be doing something like tearing these trails up with my new mountain bike. You know, with one hobby comes another hobby, and I'm really enjoying this mountain biking. And plus, there's a big benefit with mountain biking. I can explore new hunting lands. I got a beat on a coyote area, I got a beat on a new bow area, and I got a beat on even a duck hunting area. I might try duck hunting. So I'm just going to spend the rest of this evening, throw all my gear in the car, grab my second battery, and just explore and have fun and tear up the trails. You know, just to recap, I got one red squirrel. I had footage from another hunt that I'll put on the end of this, but that's all it was. And a chipmunk. There's a lot of chipmunk out there, but I just don't feel like chipmunk sandwiches. I just feel like ripping up the trails with this bike. All right, have a good day.